Hello, my name is Emma Hymas, and I will be explaining the procedural safeguards to parents and reviewing what takes place. Before that, the IEP creates an opportunity for teachers, parents, school administrators, related service personnel, and students to work together to improve educational results for children with disabilities. And the IEP is the cornerstone of a quality education for each child with a disability. We want the best for our child, so the procedural safeguards will help explain how we can obtain that. Why do we have to review the procedural safeguards? Parental rights under the IDEA. The procedural safeguards are designed to protect the rights of parents and their child with a disability while giving families and school systems several mechanisms by which to help resolve their disputes. Participation from parents or the guardians. Parental input is critical because the IEP is a legal binding document and they initially have the final say as far as how they want the IEP to be written. If they want to change or add anything to the IEP, the parent has every right to do so. Access to educational records. The Family Education Rights of Privacy Act, or also known as FERPA, is a federal law that permits parents the right to have access to their children's educational records and the right to see them at any time. Confidentiality of information. The special education law specifically states that teachers, related service providers, and others who work with the child must have easy access to this child's IEP. This is a way that adults will know the student's needs and what the adults need to do to meet the child's needs. Informed consent. During the evaluation, the special education process, parents have many legal rights and protections. Informed consent is one of them. Before the school can make certain actions, it must inform you and get your written consent. This right gives you a voice in decisions about your child's education. Prior written notice. This is a document outlining important school district decisions about your student's educational program. It is not a meeting invitation. Understandable language. Federal regulations require that parents and adult students be provided with written prior notice in their native language or other mode of communication to make the IEP more understandable each time the LEA proposes or refuses to initiate or change identification, evaluation, or educational placement of the child. A translator or interpreter may be present so that the parents or adult students understand the content of the notice. Independent educational evaluation. Let me see. When the school is evaluating your child for services or for some reason an outside evaluation is needed, then the independent educational evaluation might come into play. Stay put rights. This applies when you dispute a change a change the school wants to make to your child's IEP. When you evoke this right, your child's current placement can remain the same until the school resolves the dispute. Some options of dispute. One can always ask for mediation. This is a free, confidential, voluntary process where you sit down with the school and a neutral third party to work out a solution. Also called the mediator. Parents and the school may disagree about the child's IEP. Federal law gives you several ways to resolve the dispute. The options for dispute resolution range from negotiation to a due process hearing, which is like a courtroom trial. And lastly, recommendation of two-parent guardian resources to provide additional information about procedural safeguards. I'd recommend going to the Center for Parent Information and Resources at theparentcenterhub.org to find more information. And I hope you found this video very informative, and it helps to answer any of your questions pertaining to the procedural safeguards. Thank you.